Sun and Moon Dragons versus Majestics. I almost said Malefics.
Chuck, roll the intro.
When was the last time you saw a Majestic monster summon legitimately? Shooting Majestic doesn't count. Too new. I mean like the old-fashioned Majestics.
Life and
Baphomet came out in this set? Why did it take them so long? There are just some cards in the game where just like, what took you so long?
Powerforce. An almost 2-decade-long conflict comes to blows as Djinn monsters provide ample sacrifices for
So which Majestic is your favorite? Majestic Star or Majestic Red? Because I do kind of like Red regardless, because this big monster hit hard. Monkey Brain. Although both having the Neos bounce back makes them kind of bad. Still was always hype whenever they were summoned.
Through dragons and acolytes, and together create an unseen power second to none. Lastly, a new competition has sparked. The Majestic Dragons have fractured in two.
I mean, not really, sort of roughly, but I always see them working together.
Defense or blazing offense. Bear witness to a saga of bombastic dualities clashing.
I lost the duel due to Majestic Star Summit. I talked about like when was the last two Majestic Star Summon. I lost the duel due to Majestic Star. Basically, I overplayed my hand. You know, it's like I could win, but I could also win more. I activate the card that lets me win more. Everything on my field gets blown up because of Majestic Star's effect. It's like I had game, and I got greedy. It's just how some duels are lost, you know? You could have won, but you made one mistake. It cost you everything. He's in the 11th hour, too, just like I was about to win. Then no.
We're running out
I lost.
Powerforce. Got some absolute demons in this set. I'm really excited.
Well, one at least.
Duel night. We are back.
You gonna shave?
Go. Excited to be back. Let's do this.
You look
Hey,
good.
what's up, guys? I'm so excited to be back on Duel Night. It's always a blast.
Which one are you again?
Thank
you.
And today we have Absolute Powerforce, which is pretty cool. This is gonna be a fan favorite episode.
It's funny how they call it Absolute Powerforce, but they have Majestic Red on the cover.
Cooking up.
All right, guys. So right now we're on a 3-win streak here on Duel Night.
Like, why did you put? At least it's in theme of Red Dragon Archfiend Monster. It's called Absolute Powerforce, but still. Because the Majestic Star's attack, Majestic Red's attack name is Ultimate Powerforce, I believe.
So honestly, I'm really hoping for 4P.
It would be like having a pack with Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon on the cover and calling it Spiral Flame Strike. It's like, what?
Duel Night! We are back with Absolute Powerforce. Who's an Absolute Powerforce model?
Jack Atlas.
Say some of his lines. You know,
Jack. I will special summon my Red Dragon Archfiend. That's what he says.
Wow.
He probably said at least once, right? Like at least once in the entire series. Counting Arc 5.
Bro, what happened to you? You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be like you.
Role models.
I'm back. You know, are you excited for this draft?
Dude, how do you not make a Red Dragon? How do you not make a Jack Atlas reference? At least reference the time he got fired 3 times in a row.
Not even a show.
Yo! Let's go! Yeah, and then we got. Oh, sorry.
I forgive you. And we got Pac. Let's go.
We got Pac here.
Hurry before he orders the Kung Pao chicken with a side of steak.
Yeah. If you don't make it to the finals, you might be the new Denzel, bro.
Bro, guys, you guys think I'm gonna make it to the finals? Let me know in the comments.
All right, guys. Without further ado, let the draft begin.
Good luck, duelists.
Good luck, duelists.
Duelists. So I had this dream last night.
What was your dream?
I was driving in a school zone, and the officer stops me. I was going 120 in the school zone. He said, "Sir, you know how fast you were going?" I said, "I am the true duelist."
Brother, if you could be any 5 of these characters.
And he said, "Have a good day, sir," and let you go along your way.
I would be Yusei.
I gotta use it if I ever get a speeding ticket. Sir, are you aware how fast you're going? I am the true duelist.
You need to keep dreaming. Who would you? You know who you would be?
You would be Trunks.
If you were from Yu-Gi-Oh in general, you'd be Chumli, bro.
Ooh.
That's actually mad weird, bro. That's actually mad.
So is it because I'm fat or because I'm Asian? Please specify it. The determination of your life will be dependent on the answer you give. Yeah, I know he's more Australian. Shut up.
All right, guys. So we just finished drafting. Hawk, how's your deck looking?
Bro, it feels good, man. I'm excited. Hopefully I make it past round 1.
Holy. Milano, how about you?
My deck is crazy.
Really crazy.
It's very, very crazy.
I hope you win today, Milano.
I hope I win today.
Steven, how about you, bro?
Needless to say, it's going to be a good draft.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Under here is 2 Sun Dragon Inti and 2 Moon Dragon Quila.
Makes
You guys
sense.
Ready? Whoever matches gets to face each other. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, play Sam, play Sam, play Sam. 3, 2, 1.
Wow, what a twist.
Let's go!
Backwards Milano, don't know if we've seen that one yet.
Steven, you're going down.
Though we all agree that we've seen Trip versus Sam to death. How many? We're destined to do this
So
forever.
I'm facing Steven. The return is Steven. Steven, I'll be honest, is probably the most competitive player out of all the people here.
Easily.
I actually rank him and Jesse about somewhat similar to power level. So Steven, gonna be a little bit harder matchup. Unfortunately, I can't face him in the finals. So Steven, I'm gonna have to eliminate you here. But it's gonna be a tough one. Let's go.
I will be facing Sam, which is good. It's very fitting. I haven't played him in a while. I think the last time we played, he beat me in the finals. So time to get my revenge.
Ooh, up against the true formidable duelist Pac. Pac, best of luck, but gonna give you the Duel Night special.
Yo, I get to play against Milano the Duelist. I'm actually really excited. Milano and I has never actually dueled before. I'm not sure how to feel, to be honest. But I'm excited, and I'm ready to rev it up.
Alright, let's see what you got there. You're going the ritual route by the looks of it with the Jin. But what ritual is in...
Just
Oh,
finished
wait, I
drafting.
remember now.
This is my deck list. Little
Yep,
different from normal,
that beast boy.
where there's no traps this time. Instead, it's really focused on ritual
There's no
summoning,
traps this time.
combo-orientated,
Looks at traps.
Utilizing none other than Jin,
This is the
releaser,
reverse. No, actually, this is
rituals to
exactly
be able
what
to
that,
block my opponent's
it was one of the
summoning.
Yu-Gi-Oh
So my
games.
deck focuses on 3 main
Bones
strategies.
is, I
Strategy
believe it
one,
was Bones.
block them on
Bones'
special summoning
character's
with Jin
deck
releaser.
was called
2,
Traps.
Regeki them
He
with
had
my
3 traps his
massive
entire
ritual
deck.
7, and 3,
Then why would you
drop
call
all
it
as many
traps?
possible hate cards towards my
Localizations.
releaser lock, so it can't be used against me.
Old school
And
ones,
I
anyway.
get to this with my dumb cards such as Armageddon Knight, such as card destruction, hand destruction by sending the Jin cards from my hand to grave. So let's see how this does. Let's do this.
Well, simple yet effective, I guess. What's your plan? Stall?
All right, here is my deck list. I'm playing a fusion-based strategy revolving
This is an
around
interesting
the,
strategy,
Beast
although you
engine,
stall
with
someone's
Perfume and
ace
the
there.
Gazelle. I figured this would be a really, really cool
What are you
area
doing
to
with the
play,
Dark
and
Magician?
I'm always a big fan of you. You can see that I picked a bunch of like utility cards pretty early on because I know that the Jin.
Yeah, you know you're gonna
cards are in
need
the
those
format. So I got
later
cards
on in the
Moon,
game.
I
It's,
got
yeah.
Chalice, I got the Swords of Concealing Light.
Because
So
we
I
ran
really
out of
grabbed
Revealing
some pretty
Light,
staples.
so we had to deal with this
And
next
then
best
hopefully
thing.
I also got like a bunch of like stall cards such as
The Paladin
Marshmallow,
Chimera is
Spirit
interesting
Reaper,
choice
so that I
too.
can hopefully draw into my engines and then OTK with the polymerization engine.
Okay, moving on. Fiendish Chain of Creature Swords. What's your strategy here? I got left with a table
the
scrap,
draft
so I'm
just
just gonna
finished.
take all of
And
your big
here
monsters.
is my deck list. So I decided to go
Why
with
did
the
you
Sun
put?
Dragon
Why didn't you put
into
a sun or a
Dragon
moon
Quilla.
dragon on the freaking cover
This deck
card?
focuses
This
on
is like
two
when you
monsters,
freaking.
Quilla
This
and
is like in a video
Big
game
Mini
where it's
card
like,
back
here's a
to
thing that
destroy.
shows up
The
by
main deck
default,
monsters
and it's
are
like
better
your worst
defensively.
things.
However, the offense is kind of slow, so
Just
for that
to
reason,
make
I'm
sure you
playing
have to
extra
go into the
floaters,
editor and
so I'll
change
be
it to
able
doesn't look
get
like
into
scrap.
my combo pieces just by crashing my floaters. I opted to go with a more defensive version with more floaters because the first 3 cards I had drafted were creature swaps, and it's because my piles were very underwhelming. There weren't very like first pick.
I'm not
summons.
saying Fiendish
So I
Chain and
managed
Creature
to
Swap
get
can't be in
3
the
creature
in
swaps
display,
and 2
but why
Fiendish
wasn't
Chains.
Sun and
So I
Moon
knew I wanted to build
put
it
in?
with a lot of floaters in my deck, so I'm able to access all my monsters and play a lot more of a defensive style. Really excited to play this theme. Moon Dragon, Sun Dragon, here we go.
Double Pot of Avarice. What's better than 1 Pot of Avarice? 2
Alright,
Pots
guys,
of
so we just
Avarice.
finished drafting. As you guys already saw by my first 5 picks, you guys might have an idea of what I'm trying to go for this episode. Here is my deck list. Yes, I am playing Majestics.
There we are.
for this
I was waiting,
release.
just like,
Started
is
over
anyone
by
gonna
the
play
release of Star
Majestics?
Dragon.
Sam's got us
Absolute
covered.
Powerforce is the release of Majestic Red Dragon. So my goal for this deck is trying to summon.
So how long did it
boss
take y'all to
monsters
figure out where
and then try to
Majestic Red's
OTK
head
and
was?
destroy my opponent with them.
Dude, with the old
This
school
strategy
video
is
games, it's kinda hard to be like,
strategy
where the
for
heck is the
draft,
head on
but I
this
felt like I
thing?
wanted to have fun, and I also wanted to create some
Just
Yusei
me,
and
baby.
Jack Atlas strategy by combining both their decks together is some of one of the biggest boss monsters.
I mean, shooting star is easy, but you gotta pose this leading in four. It's like, I think that's the head.
Anything and wipes my opponent's entire board.
Some are easier than others.
Majestic Red Dragon destroys all defense monster, and also when it negates a monster's effect, it basically gains that monster attack, so it gets you access to quick OTKs. My deck is basically some sort of like Edison synchro format with Dandelion and also the Bree Dragon. I also got Sangan, Tomatoes, Lone Fire Blossom in there, and I also got Pot of Avarice, one of the very first few cards I decided to draft for this episode so I can recycle all my resources back into my extra deck. The only issue that this deck hard lose to is the Jin Lock.
Oh no, and you're facing Trip, who was playing the Jin Lock. Oh no, you're in trouble.
I have DD Crows and Gale to out, the Jin whenever I need to. Hopefully, we can dodge that deck today. And yeah, wish me luck, guys. This is my deck list.
You take a gotta drop that 6-pack.
Thank you.
Very excited. I don't know what you're playing, but I know you're with that smile, bro. It's not looking good.
You know what it is? 50 drops.
Oh no. All right, Steve, get it ready. Are you ready? Oh, you actually haven't had a victory in a while.
I haven't had a duel night episode in a while.
Oh my god.
I've been busy.
Oh, I've been busy, bro.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's what I love to hear.
5.
5.
I'll just casual 6.
You're in
What can I say?
All right, you in
I'll
first?
go first.
Good luck, bro.
Let's see what we got here.
Draw.
Yes.
Alright, I will start my turn by normal summoning Dark Grepher.
Yes, sir.
And then I will use Dark Grepher's effect.
You just send one to the grave, right?
Yes. I will discard Jin, Prognosticator of Rituals.
And now Stam starts to feel the fear.
Dropping any dark, sending Jin, Releaser of Rituals.
Great.
Ha ha ha. Scared yet, my friend?
Yes, actually.
Actually, a little bit terrified of that card.
And then after that, I'll do the grand move of passing.
That's it?
Go ahead.
Alright.
That takes a getting used to with Tripp's haircut. Kind of reminds me of Carlos though, of season 2 of Revelations, if you know what I mean. It's not a bad haircut though. I mean, as the season gets warmer, we need to start cutting our hair. I had the long hair when it was winter time. Now it's summer. Well, getting to be summer anyway.
Yep.
Just like a
Gotta adapt.
little thing.
Interesting choice.
Next, I will normal summon the Bree Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you going? It's got pose. Nice.
With these two.
Sure.
Going for a 7, you realize. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. And now
Now I'm gonna sit on that butt.
Fairy Dragon's effect, especially the monster man. So guys, the reason why I summoned Ancient Fairy Dragon on the very first turn is because I know that Ganondorf or Gandalf, whatever the ritual monsters, has the Regeki effect. And the Regeki effect says that when this card is summoned, destroy all monsters that has less defense than this card's attack.
Ah.
Ancient Fairy Dragon has a 3,000
Smart.
Ganondorf,
But
is
can't
3,000
start at just the
attacks,
gate.
Summons, it will be a really hard out to Ancient Fairy Dragon. So basically, against
It's a solid pick, just in
you
case
can't really
Triff
put too
plays
much monster on the
around
field.
that whole thing, like a
It's all
Divine
about
Wrath or
Ancient
something like
Fairy
that.
Dragon Turbo. Let's do it.
You can't negate 3,000 defense points very easily.
Nice. Yeah. So that means you're at 6,000, right?
We're at 6,000.
Yep.
It's my Lombard.
7,000 life points.
Yep.
I must summon, of course.
Huh.
That's not tomato.
Okay.
Obviously, I cannot pick up the battle face this turn. Okay, I'll go tomato. And Steven, that's pretty much it. Can't get up on battle face. Have my turn.
That's it? This will be fast.
I'll draw. I will normal summon Manju of the 10,000 Hands. And I'll use the effect of Manju.
Yep, that's fine.
Adding none other than Gorlandov, Queen of Destruction.
Great.
Destroy everything on summon, right?
Yes.
Wow, almost.
Except for Ancient Fairy.
Triff
All
realized
targets
same
lost
strategy.
to less than or equal to this card's attack, so I cannot destroy Ancient Fairy.
Yep.
Alright, so I will activate Ritual of Destruction.
Here we go.
Ritual of Destruction means
What is the thing?
that I ritual summon, removing, using 2 cards. My Jin Releaser of Rituals.
Wait, I do have a response.
Oh, what's your response?
Did you grow your channel?
Ooh, well played, well played, well played. Go ahead.
All the Jins have an amazing effect where you can banish them from the graveyard to ritual summon the monsters. Any ritual spell basically.
I think this also released the same set as Ritual Raven, whose effect is it could be treated as the entire sacrifice for any dark monster. So if you want to say make like the Magician of Black Chaos, for example, you don't need 8 stars. You just need that one monster, and that counts for the entire thing.
That's not good for me.
Really good support for dark rituals. Sadly, it's not part of any archetypes. It's not as used as much, but when you can use it, ooh, it's a godsend. Ooh, there is a ritual animation. Nice. I think this is the first ritual summon the show we've seen. At least the first ritual summon we've seen on the show. Like, with that animation, I should say.
I will use Tribute to the Doom to get rid of your Ancient Fairy.
Ah! Damn, Sam's claim was a good one, but, Kryptonite.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Sam thought he was safe, but he is not. Tribute to the Doom. Get rid of Ancient Fairy Dragon.
So is that 2,800, right?
2,800.
27. You can't count.
Inputs battle damage. You have to discard 1 card.
I like my cards.
You're at 6,000. Okay, and I'll attack you for 2,800.
Yep.
Putting you at 3,200.
I have to discard card, right?
Yes, and you have to discard 1 card. 1 second.
Man, we are really doing really bad with the math today, can we just say? But with that said, as long as it ends with, like,
So you're 7,
Triff having more than enough to beat Sam,
7 minus 28,
it's fine.
200.
like, we're getting some math wrong, but as long as we fall within the realm of leagueability, it's fine, I guess it's the right term.
You're
So
20.
select and discard. Just like this.
Alright.
Sam got to pick which cards to discard.
I will pass.
Draw. I'm actually pot average.
So, ooh, that's good. So that's why he was going through his deck so much with Lone Fire. It wasn't just thinning, it was also to set up for Pot of Avarice.
Yep.
So I'm gonna send it right back into my deck.
Yep.
This allowing me to draw 2 free cards. 2 cards, pretty good.
Not bad, not bad.
Okay.
I always felt like a god whenever I used Pot of Avarice to return a bunch of extra deck monsters. Because then at that point, just basically eat Pot of Greed.
Okay. Alright, Steven. I will set 1 card face down and another card face down. It's your move.
Draw.
Yes.
I'll use Preparation of Rites.
Yes.
This will allow me to add a Garlandolf, King of Destruction, to my hand.
Yep.
As well as add this.
Same.
Very nice.
Yep. That's good.
Yep. And then I will enter battle phase and attack.
Yes.
Ow.
Dark Resonator.
Yep. I will pass.
End phase, I'm gonna go. Scapegoat.
Oh, nice.
Or
Yep.
no tokens?
Yep.
Alright, Steven. Drop a turn.
Yep.
I'll send away all tokens and Dark Resonator.
Yep.
Some of my Ancient Fairy Dragon.
Nice.
Okay?
Oh, another Ancient Fairy. So
What's better than one
I
Ancient
can
Fairy?
block Sam
2
by
Ancient
playing that
Fairies.
easily. It's difficult for my deck to out monsters with over 2,800 defense. An Ancient Fairy has 3,000 defense. This is his 3rd time that he's made it. So
Second.
it's doing
What are you
tough
talking
on
about,
this.
third?
How many cards do you have in deck, Sam?
I'll use Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect.
Yep.
No one can count in this episode.
That's
Yep.
I'll use Card Troopers effect. Mill 3.
Yep.
But by doing that, he gives up his battle phase for the turn.
These cards to the grave. Now, I'll set 1 card face down and end up my turn.
Card Trooper's attack returns to normal.
Alright. I will enter the battle phase.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack this monster.
Sure.
Majestic Dragon,
Majestic Dragon.
sadly useless.
Dragon.
Yes, I am you say.
And I'll view the Secretary's person.
Its effect is a hindrance.
Yep.
Like, we talk about Dark Artists having a bad effect, that thing can only be used for Majestic Synchro Summons. Like, it's beneficial in that regard, but it's also, like, you can't Synchro Summon any other monster.
Alright. I'm going to tribute to the Dooms.
Like, maybe they could have had a line of text for just, like, this card, like, it just using is used for, like, it could be used as a generic tuner in general. But if it's used to make a Majestic, then...
Another tribute to the Doom of my Ancient Fairy.
Yeah, that is just bad luck, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That was atrocious luck. You gotta be kidding me. But yeah, if it happened to fight, like, if you use the Secret Summon Majestic monster, that you could, like, draw a card or something, or get an immunity or 1,000 life or something, it would be fine, but locking into only Majestics is like, ugh.
To summon Garlandolf. And Garlandolf.
Here we go again.
Destroy this.
So that's 26, right?
Yep.
So I draw a card.
Yep.
It's like card trooper.
Yep.
Draw one.
Yep. And then I'll attack you.
Yep.
So that puts you at.
So this is at 26, right?
Yeah. So that puts you at 26 plus 28 plus 1,000. So 38 plus 26. That's 58. 58 plus 6. So 42.
Minus
You're at 1,600.
That's 1600?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, close enough.
Preparation rights.
It's better than before when they were 1,000
Adding
life
this,
points
adding
off.
This. And I'll pass.
Alright. Draw. Step one.
Yep.
Step one.
Yep. Draw. Well, normal summon Dark Refer. I'll enter battle phase. Attack.
Dark Resonator can't die once per turn, and here's a second.
Yep.
Which is there, because that Dark Reaper would have killed him.
I'll pass.
Draw turn.
I don't think this is going to be a good duel for the Majestic Dragons.
Activate the reverse.
Okay?
So everyone's back. You need 1,000 or less.
Can you remember my card trooper?
Grave. I'll just.
Oh, the Lone Fire. Okay.
Lone Fire?
Yep.
Tribute.
Yep.
If only put Titanium on this deck.
Lone Fire.
Yep.
Perfect.
Did you try to set for another Pot of Avarice?
Stay.
Can I attack or defense?
No, I think it's
Good.
normal game.
Okay, a Blackwing. Alright.
Okay.
Deal after.
You're having Dark Greffer?
Sorry.
So 8.
You have Ancient Fairy Dragons then.
Infest 2.
Oh, now he's Secret Summoning? The third!
So one.
That's what was strategy. I'm just like, is he out of Ancient Fairy Dragons? Oh, he wanted to get some blood in before he made Ancient Fairy.
Sam, are you sure you're not Luna? I'll pass.
If he top decked the third Trip to the Dunes, I would have walked.
I'm set one. In my turn.
I'll pass.
If he does it around now, it's fine, but it's still like if he immediately had the out.
Go ahead.
Okay. Draw. Go.
Go ahead.
Draw.
Gameplay!
Go.
It's not even attacking any of the set monsters.
Draw.
Afraid of back row, maybe? Dude's on his phone in the background, though I can't say I blame him.
I end my turn.
Draw. Go ahead.
Infest. This one.
Nice. Get rid of that no-bug nest before you get any more Jins in the grave.
Draw.
Although maybe you should have let him pop that thing off just so you could go through his deck and maybe wouldn't this be a deck out.
Normal summon.
Yep.
Okay.
Flip.
Yep.
Alright.
Attack.
Dandelion, 2 fluff tokens show up.
Attack.
Mass Dragon, effect activate.
So do anything.
I'm thinking I should try.
Okay.
He's trying to think if he has any more dragon targets in his deck. Start a Xiaolong. Can't be destroyed by battle once per turn, and if a Stardust Dragon is in the field, you can special this thing from the graveyard in attack mode. Yeah, makes a good set for Majestic Star.
Draw. Kill.
Hand destruction. Eek, that could be steep.
Yep.
But hey, when you got a brick, you got a brick. He got rid of both of his Nino bugs. Again.
Okay.
I will use Ritual of Destruction.
Yep.
Sending Jin. Resider and release.
Yep.
Summoning Garandol. And I will use Garandol's effect.
Yep.
Nuke. Great.
Guys, those Danny tokens might have cost me the game.
Maybe, yeah, it's too
Basically,
strong
strategy
now.
here, Steven already used 2 Tribute to the Dooms. I'm counting on him not having a 3rd one in his deck. If I just kept the Ancient Fairy Dragon in defense mode, have no other monsters, he can't out it. The maximum monsters that Steven can destroy is 4 monsters on his field. That means that Ganondorf would be at 2,900 attack. Those Danny tokens being on the field just gave Ganondorf enough 3,100 attack to run over my
Make sure the
Ancient
dogs
Fairy
don't do
Dragon.
anything wrong. But yeah,
Man! Damn it!
you make one mistake and it costs you everything.
Gains 600 attack points.
Eee.
I'll kill Ancient Fairy.
Yep.
And then I'll
Too strong.
Yep.
I will pass.
Oh, lost signal on Sam. Whoops.
5, 10, I have 13. You?
13 as well.
And you're about to have 12.
Spawn.
Yep. Okay. Draw. Alright, normal summon manager.
Yep.
I will use reflect.
Yep.
Enter battle. Sack.
Yep. Yes, there's some trouble, guys. Yes, there's some again.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep.
Main phase 2.
Yep.
I'll pass.
Drop.
Oh, it's I already forgot this one. Oh, it's mandatory. Obviously,
Yeah, you have to draw a card.
okay. Draw.
Yep.
Activate Rhoda.
Yep.
Dark Greffer, alright.
Normal summon.
Yep.
Enter battle phase. Attack.
Yep.
Attack.
Mandatory draw.
Switch.
Debris Dragon.
I'll take 600.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Right now, same strategy. I set a 2k defense monster and stop. Never mind, the strategy ran out of juice.
Normal summon. Enter battle.
Unless she has a battle fitter.
Yep.
Back again.
Damn, we never actually got to see the Majestic Star. We just saw Ancient Fairy 3 times.
Try Ancient Fairy. That's a little
Although to be fair, I think that's more. I think Ancient Fairy got more dual exposure in this episode than he did in all 5 Ds. I mean, strictly dual wise, not
All I
appearances.
had to do was just kept the Ancient Fairy Dragon on the field, and I probably could have had a chance to deck Steven out, but damn it! GG, Steven.
Yeah,
I'd like
good
to
game, well
apologize,
played.
guys, that I couldn't get this match and get the forfeit, but yeah, Steven got in the finals.
The Synchro deck lost to a Ritual one.
GG, boys.
But that's what happens if you
That
keep
was
top
close.
decking tribute to the
Now let's
frickin'
go on to face the
Doomed.
finals.
Where the frickin' Who can stay mad when they see that? Your win-loss record leaves a lot to be desired.
The duelist.
I'm ready.
You ready
Milano.
to duel, bro?
I think it's our first time dueling ever.
Ever?
I think.
No, we played at the restaurant one time. We played current format.
Bro, that doesn't count, fam.
Okay,
So McDonald's
this
doesn't
is
count?
the First real event.
Yeah, facts.
First,
You ready? High roll?
Yeah, let's do this.
Jeez.
1, 2.
A 2.
I will be going
A
first
3.
in my
A 3.
Yu-Gi-Oh duel today. Good luck. Good luck.
You're gonna need it.
I'm gonna need it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to start off with my face down defense position monster card, and then one more face down, and I'll pass.
Draw. Stand by me.
You're good to go.
I'll activate Nobleman of Cross-Eye.
No.
Yeah, here we go.
Face down
This
monster.
is one of my favorite cards in my deck. Giant rat.
The rats.
Ooh, nobleman on my rat. My trusty giant rat.
Then I'll activate Future Fusion.
Bro.
Setting up long term now.
The Dark Paladin.
Dark Paladin?
And send the materials of
This guy's
It's pre-errata.
Excel today. What is going on? Dark Paladin?
Dark Magician. And Bluster Blader.
I would laugh if frickin' Devon came out of nowhere and just sucker punched him. My Dark Magician!
Future Fusion. I actually don't have much back row removal in my deck, so I think I have to allow this. Dark Paladin is a threat, but I think I'll have a way to defeat him.
Can I read Dark Paladin?
Here you go. You can read it.
Read it and weep.
Those activate for this card. Alright, Duelist, that's fine by me. Second standby phase of summons, right?
That's correct. So, what do my back row or pass or do you?
Alright, Duelist.
Here, I'm just gonna pass. I really don't want to commit extra cards, so I'm just gonna pass from here after activating Future Fusion, and hopefully it resolves.
Good play. I will draw. You know what? Your play's so good, I might want to match it. I'm gonna set one and pass.
I'll draw for turn.
One turn on Future Fusion.
In semi-phase, Future Fusion has met the requirements of one turn. Your next turn is...
Remember, Mom, this is how you remember to affect in standby phase. Isn't that right, Treeborn Frog?
Card type, so I'll be fine. I will normal summon Mist Valley Soldier.
That's good with me.
And I will enter the battle phase.
Yep.
My Mist Valley Soldier will attack. 1700. He's kind of big.
He's chunky, boy.
Oh, this is large.
Yeah, 1700 ain't bad for level 4.
63 to my 8K.
Yes, sir.
And I will pass the turn.
I'll draw. In standby phase, Future Fusion has resolved, which allows me to summon the Dark Paladin.
That's pretty tough. Dark Paladin. That's pretty tough.
Finally, Future Fusion has resolved.
Finally, it wasn't that long ago, dude.
Now I get to summon the most insane boss monster in the game.
One of, yeah. It's really funny against Dragon decks. I'll tell you that one for a fact.
Soldier.
Hold up. Stop right there.
Hold
I'll
up.
be activating my Fiendish Chain. Target.
Ah, man.
Ooh.
Pack pretty much forces me to use my Fiendish Chain here, but that's totally fine. Dark Paladin is a goober threat.
In
A
main
Google
phase two,
threat.
I'll activate.
I probably said
Swords
like
of
Uber
Concealing
threat,
Light,
but Google
looking
threat
down
is
your
funnier.
Mist Valley
Is it just
Soldier.
It's a threat to Google.
All monsters on your opponent's side.
Oh, okay, bless. I thought it was all monsters on the field for a second.
In mid phase 2, I'm going to be using the Swords of a Concealing Light, and the reason why I do this is because his Mist Soldier is a tuner monster. I want to prevent him from getting access to his synchro strategy.
Smart.
So
Makes
use this to book his
sense.
monster
Good
face down.
thinking. Well done.
Alright.
And then I
Mist
will
Valley Soldier.
pass turn to you.
I will draw. I will play down a set card, and I will pass the turn.
I'll draw. In standby phase, Swords of Concealing Light has been alive for one turn. I'll then normal summon Gazelle, the king of mythical beasts.
Bro, you are literally Yugi
Attack!
today. Literally Yugi I'm dueling against.
Y'all be
I'll then
saying
pass turn to
that
you.
stuff way too
Alright,
much. I'm literally Yugi. You're
no.
literally
Is that
Sudokaiba.
my main?
No one's
Since you
literally
control a
anything.
monster, and I don't. I will special summon Oracle of the Sun.
Let's go.
And then I will normal summon Super.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I will then perform a synchro summon for my mighty monster. Moondragon Quilla!
I'm gonna read this card.
Moon Dragon Qualia.
Wow.
Quite the beat stick pack.
That's amazing. Man, he finally got to pull off his boss monster, Moon Dragon.
Reminds me
This
of
card's
more
been quite a ways
unfortunate
out.
news. I've learned somewhat recently that Rex Goodwin's voice actress died.
I'll take
It was a
1,000
while
points
ago. It
in.
wasn't any new news or anything like that. It was just something I didn't know.
The mythical beans.
So yeah, and yeah, voiced by a woman apparently. So that's what that was a surprise to me. But I think Sotoris was a chick as well
Unfortunate.
in the dubs.
I'll then normal summon Elemental Hero Prisma.
Either
Then
way,
activate the
rest
effect
in
to reveal
peace.
Chimera.
Oh,
I only said I didn't know
see.
it
What
because
the
not
hell?
only because of that, but
This
in
will
Duel
be
Links, it
set.
sounded like they
Alright,
got
sure.
actually
So
sounded
who's
pretty on the
before
spot.
sensors?
I'll then send Baphomet. And
I
as a
don't know if she
result,
died like
she'll copy
I
the
think she
name.
might have died like early on in the dub, so they just got
Careful,
someone who
no,
got
we're
it early on,
bombing.
but still,
I'll activate Polymerization.
it's probably one of those.
Goodness, that's
I'll use Prisma
Rest in
and
peace is
Gazelle,
my
the
point,
king
that's
of
what I'm trying to
instruments from my
say.
hand, to perform a fusion summon of Chimera, the fly.
It's cool that it got animation. Give me
Guys,
great.
21.
Even when I'm not watching
Then
The
I can
Awakened, I'm
forward
watching The
the Concealing
Awakened.
Light.
You gotta be kidding me.
Booking your monster.
My goodness. Alright.
Now you don't gain the life points.
I'll enter the battle phase. Chimera, attack.
Halt.
Halt.
You will decide your destiny pack. Changing
Yeah.
destiny. Change your monster permanently to face up defense position, and you will either inflict half of its attack or gain half of its attack.
Change of Destiny is going to render his fusion monster absolutely useless. Chimera, 1300 defense. What was it? Come on, man, go in defense position.
You're at 53 to my 8K.
I will decide to. Let me think. What will I like to do? What will I like to do? I will choose to gain life points.
All right, so you will gain 1,050. I'll give you 11.
Correct.
So my numbers will work out.
Yep.
Cannot change his battle position. All right.
Then, in main phase 2, I'll activate Shield.
That'll do it.
My freaking Quilla.
My Moondragon is nice and safe. Shield Crush. No!
Draw. I'm gonna have to set one monster face down and pass it turn.
I'll draw in standby. Swords of Sealing Light has been live for 1 turn. I'll then activate in main phase 1 Fusion Recovery.
Get him back
This will
material.
allow me to add back
Is it like just one fusion material?
one of the materials
And
polymerization from the.
I would take it Buster Blader personally, if only just so I could contribute some in using my monsters again.
I got a line of defenses ready to.
Or maybe with
be used.
because they were
Also with
fusion
Elemental
materials
Hero
technically. They
Prisma.
were some with poly, but
Including
future period
attack,
counts them as with poly.
Defense position monster.
It was
Maybe he's
Shining
waiting on,
Angel
like,
and I
an
was
MST or
used to
something.
summon One Oracle of the Sun from my deck.
Ooh. No, he's able to bring out his Oracle of the Sun. This is gonna be quite a problem if he has the Supe in his hand.
No, it's gonna be a problem if he has a Fire Ant Ascator in his hand. He's already got the he already has the Soup thing in the graveyard. Ascator is now the threat.
I will normal summon Super.
Okay, I'm not afraid of that.
And perform a
I'm
super
worried of the loop,
for the
the sun and the moon.
The mighty Moondragon Quilla once again.
Although I've had those before, just like, can I get the other half? No, it's either all Ascator or all Soup. There is no middle ground. Or nothing. Sometimes it's just nothing.
It's gonna give me a good strategy.
All right, and then I'll enter battle phase. Moondragon Quilla will swing over the Prisma.
I'll then take 800 points of damage. He makes a second Moondragon Quilla.
That wasn't on my bingo card.
Monster, and man, guys, I'll be honest, I'm having a hard time using the resources to out this one.
You'll be at 56, or 55-50. I will then set one card face down.
Got that right.
I'll draw. In semi-phase, the Sword's Concealment gets destroyed. Then in main phase 1, I will pass turn to you.
All right, Dotto. All right, I'll normal summon Shining Angel. I will enter the battle phase. Quilla
Sure.
will attack the guy.
Gazelle's effect activates.
Chimera, the flying mythical beast
Sorry,
is
Chimera's
effect
effect
to
activates.
summon the Burfament back in
Defense mode, right? Yeah, there we go.
Keen choice. All right, I will end my turn.
I'll draw for turn. I'll switch Burfament to attack mode and attack your Shining Angel.
You realize only one of us will get a monster out of this, right?
Alright,
Shining Angel effect.
yes.
Sweet.
I believe Ascator's a
Best
fire.
summon. Yet another Shining Angel.
I'll then pass turn to you.
All right, this Dark Paladin is quite hard to defeat.
Yes.
Fortunately for me, I have creatures.
Well, now your monster's locked up.
I have my Shining Angel, and I will take your Dark Paladin, despite it being under the claws of my Fiendish Chain.
Yo, creature swap. That's
nice
actually
counterattack.
an amazing play by Milano here, swapping the monsters around. Man, losing
You're
access to
married?
my Dark Paladin really
I noticed the
sucks.
rings
I
on
take
your
his Dark
finger.
Paladin here because even though it is under the
I didn't know that. That was
he's still
more
a
my reaction.
400 guy that I can't defeat, so it'll be fine to just take him.
I will then normal summon Apoquatil, and I will enter the battle phase.
Yes.
Quilla will attack Shining Angel.
Yep. I'll take
It's 11, and then Apoquatil attack directly.
Yep.
It will take 2,900 total.
Yep.
It'll be at 2,650, and I will pass the turn.
I'll draw for turn. And activate. Elemental Hero Prisma.
All right, summon is fine.
I'll activate the effect Descend. Gazelle, the king of mythical beasts.
Okay.
I will allow it. Not dumb beast is Starfrost.
Then I'll activate Polymerization.
Or is fine.
Use Prisma and Burfament.
Could you imagine I act summon
Summon
Prisma
another
to send
rare
visas?
mythical beast.
Okay, you're cheating. Just straight up. There is no excuse. I summoned
Then enter the
Pure Elements, Kaikotis, or whatever the frickin' Gicaliatus.
Step, I will
And sent by a
activate
Shizu
my pocket.
who guards to the graveyard.
100 points of damage and trigger Chimera.
Damn.
Effect to reborn back.
Perfect.
Damn, Milano just outplayed me by this chalice, destroying my Chimera in the damage stab. The monster will still be able to float, but that is quite annoying. The Burfament.
Using Chimera, using Chalice in defense is a smart strategy.
I'll set one and I'll pass.
Sure, I'll negate my effect to gain power.
Draw.
Let me do that against like with like
Your Dark
Night
Paladin
Express
from my
Knight.
Oracle of the
Oh,
Sun.
dick.
Yes.
And then I'll enter the battle phase.
Yes.
Blue Dragon Quilla, attack the Berthomit.
Yep.
Oracle of the Sun directly, and Apocryphal for game if it hits.
Ah,
GG.
respect, respect. Man, so was trying Majestics. This guy was trying Fusions.
Oh my god.
It's the respectable
Guys,
decks that are being
that's
thrown to the
all
wayside.
I
Although this
just
one's got Sun and Moon Dragon,
Hopefully,
so
make it
it's a
up
bit
to
more
y'all
respectable in that
Patreon.
regard.
So, if you haven't already, subscribe to the Patreon.
Damn, I'd want to see
Come
that
watch
duel,
some
but I don't want to
matches
pay for
where I
it, so
play against
ah
the
well.
ultimate
Fever
loser.
dream.
Hey, maybe I can, win a game there. And also, guys, don't forget to go to TexasOne.com and use PAC10 for 10% off the entire merch store.
Shameless
Easy
plug.
cleanup right here. Got my floaters in the right position in order to float perfectly, make my boss monsters, and luckily
Good
that
game,
Dark Paladin
Milano.
didn't become a threat because I had the early Venus chain. GG's to Pac, and you know what?
You both
I'll be
dueled
bringing
well.
this to the finals. Don't worry, Pac.
And you actually paid attention to light points, like, if it's, that gets me every time. Here's hoping this time Milano can get that win. Hey, that's sure the ass.
Steven! Welcome back to Duel Night, bro.
Get that win that Milano was robbed in the last time he was in the finals.
No, it ain't, because I'm going. Look who you're sitting across from.
I know I
I saw
am.
your deck. This is gonna be fast.
Know yourself.
Well, I do.
Love yourself.
4, and I will roll a mighty 4 as well.
Nice.
So I'm not losing this roll if it means anything.
That's okay.
Oh my gosh, I cannot
You can tie it
successfully roll.
instead.
Come on, this is what matters. Dang it.
Nice. I'll go
Alright,
first.
good
Good
luck,
luck.
duelist.
All right. I will start by setting one card and passing. Go ahead.
You think you're defeating me by setting a monster?
Maybe.
Alright, I will normal summon my Mist Valley Soldier.
Yes. Okay.
I will attack your face down defense position monster. No way I've successfully resolved the effect. I'll activate the effect of my Mist Valley Soldier.
Bounce it back to your hand.
That monster. No, it just returns it. Oh my gosh, I've successfully resolved the effect of my Mist Valley Soldier.
You don't get to do that very often, I'll tell you that for an
All
actual
my time
fact.
playing Yu-Gi-Oh, drafting Yu-Gi-Oh, and I even had this card when I was a kid. I don't think I ever used the effect to bounce something.
Milano can now die a happy man.
Let's just pay acknowledgement.
Alright,
In the
afterwards,
arms of an angel.
All right. I will normal sub in. Jin Resider Rituals.
Now I'll beat up your monster.
And I will attack your card.
Careful, we might have a straight chalice.
changing destiny.
Nope.
So it'll change it to defense position forever, and you get to either inflict 900 or take 900.
When is monster cousin attack, target attack, negate the attack, and you change it to defense. And then else facing field. Then your opponent chooses one of these.
This card's in my ace card right now.
More or less, it really shut down the Dark Paladin.
So I either.
Or, sorry, the Chimera.
100,
Paladin was shut down by Fiendish
It's
Chain.
defense position forever now.
I'll gain 900. So far, so good. My Jins are getting rid of his own traps, and he's not using them on my big monsters. This is good for me.
Alright, Steven, you'll be at 89.
I'll pass.
Draw. I'll normal summon Apocryphal.
Yep.
I'll enter the battle phase.
Want to read this?
Yes. His ability is, it can become level 5 with
And then I will declare an
certain
attack.
certain
Hey, you got it.
circumstances.
And I will.
But I cannot remember
this
off the top of
roll
my
and
head.
1800 directly.
Sounds good.
You'll be at 71 to my 77, and I will pass.
Draw. I will summon another Jin Resider Rituals.
Of course you will. No
And
problem.
I'll attack your tuner.
Thinking.
Farewell.
Okay.
Alright.
100.
And I will pass.
I need to draw a tuner right now. I have an instant fusion in my hand. I have ways to bring out non-tuners, but it's important that I get to my tuners or my floaters right here. I need to get playing right now or else he's gonna destroy me.
Pretty much.
Draw. I will activate Jar of Greed to draw one more card.
Okay.
Greedy jar, please. I will set one card and pass the turn.
Draw. Alright. I will use Hand Destruction.
Alright.
Revoke this card 2, then draw 2.
Yep.
This
I'll
really
summon
helped out in
two
Sam.
Jin Releaser of Rituals.
It's an instant and oracle.
It's a really good card for your deck, too.
I'll use Allure Darkness.
More drawing.
Sure.
Are we gonna get to see the something? No. Well, the music budget ran out.
I will.
Remember, folks, this is what you're hearing in the studio when it
Magic
happens.
10,000 hands.
That's fine.
No, maybe I got
Adding
copyright
my
or something.
Garlandorf.
Or just forgot. Accidents happen. Not the end of the world.
Yeah, that's pretty fine.
I'll activate Ritual of Destruction. Banishing my Jin Resider of Rituals and my Jin Releaser of
Great.
Rituals to summon Garlandorf, King of Destruction. And what this means is that you can
I
no
like the
longer
ritual
special
animation.
summon
But I
whenever
said that
destroy a
already
monster
earlier,
with battle,
so I
I
just
draw
want to say it
one
again.
card.
The
I
animators
will
did a good
then
job.
use the effect to destroy all the monsters in the field.
Finally, I was able to summon my boss monster, blows up his whole board, and now Milano is going to be in trouble. He's under the lock. Let's see if we get out this.
Oh, right here with the Garlandorf or whatever his name is. His effect's pretty good. You know, blow up the whole board.
We have
but
Ganondorf
he's the
at
only
home.
monster on the field now, so hopefully I'll be able to creature swap it out.
And my monster will get 300 attack.
That's a nice monster you got there. Be real shit if I creature swapped it.
Great. I'll set one,
28. I'll be at 48 to your 71.
and I'll pass to you.
I'll set 2 cards and pass turn.
I'll draw. I will summon Armageddon Knight and use the effect.
That's fine.
Sending a Jin Releaser of Rituals. And then I'll enter the battle phase, and I'll attack with Garlandorf for 28.
I will activate Changing Destiny.
Again?
So it puts it in defense forever.
Yes.
And, okay, so I'll make you lose 1,400. And then I'll attack for 1,400 again.
I'll take it.
So it's 2,000 to 71. And then I'll pass.
Draw. Activate Upstart Goblin.
Yep, 2,000 to 81. Draw.
Just a lot of passing now.
I will use Preparation of Rites.
Okay, another ritual. Okay.
Adding
Garlandorf
myself
is also a
another
heavy
Garlandorf,
storm.
as well as the ritual from my grave. Next, I'll activate Ritual of Destruction.
Again.
Getting rid of another Jin Releaser from my grave, as well as a Armageddon.
You don't want those draws, or at least say them later.
To summon another Garlandorf, King of Destruction.
I'm back.
Effect. No, unfortunately, I have to destroy my own card because it's mandatory.
Ironically.
And you are
That means
2,000.
you can
This
attack
is
again.
2,600. I will attack you directly with Garlandorf.
I summon another one of my boss monsters because my card's permanently in defense, and now he's locked
a
again.
good move.
Milano can't play. He's locked out of the game.
GG.
I had nothing.
Chaps here, boys. The
Dang.
chap is here.
GG, Steven.
GG.
If I had a monster,
Milano just got
that's-
curb stomped in that one. He just got really unfortunate luck in that
Congratulations
one.
to
Oh
Steven.
well, sometimes
I
the
had
regular
just
opponent
needed
gets a
a
god
monster
hand.
to
Oh well.
swap over,
In a
and
big
with the
twisting
monster,
for the
and
series,
result of the game
Triff wins a
would be
duel.
different.
Night.
Who knows how it would have went from there, but
Ah, well, he hasn't won in a while, so it feels, I
I
guess, kind of
feel
refreshing to
like
see him again, I guess. I don't know.
Not special
Milano
season.
still did a good job, though, overall.
This is in 2016.
Well
Get it out of here. I'm not trying to get gin locked in 2011.
Well played, Milano.
Champion, baby! Let's go!
And Triff won
That's
because
all I
the
can see.
Jins are
Back
pretty
on
dang good
Duel after
ritual
a few
sport, and
weeks,
rituals
and
I
won.
respect to
Big
no end.
surprise.
Even if I
Let's
forget to
get
get
more
used
dubs
sometime,
going.
unfortunately, they're
Sam,
the
I think
redhead
you're the most
stepchild of the
victorious
Southern
season.
Mechanics.
Let's change that.
Sadly. That and Gemini. You did your
Finally
best.
ending. I'm super happy to be here. Sam,
Yeah,
thanks for
another
having me
loss
on.
on your
I
record, as they
always
should be.
love
Yeah, I'm
coming
kidding.
out to
You did a good.
Toronto,
I respect your deck and your
just
deck's
filming
building. I
Duel
liked
Night.
it.
It's
It
been a
was good.
blast.
It
I
wasn't
love
the
drafting,
best
and
deck.
honestly,
Unfortunately,
I've
got
been
shut down with
getting a
Fetus
little bit
Chain,
better,
but
and
I still
hopefully
like you.
I
You
will
seem like a
get
nice
Duel Night
guy.
victory and become a Duel Night champion. So stay tuned for future episodes and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you everybody for watching.
Wow, we're not going to get
Absolute
Sam's
Powerforce, but it is
Majestics. Well,
absolutely
I like
not
Sam's
over.
deck too. It's
Catch me
cool
in
to see the
Patreon. I'll
Majestics
be
and what
playing
they can
Steven.
do.
I'm gonna
And
get my 2 out of 3 run
the
backs.
Ancient
And
Fairy
then
Dragon
Milano, the
Farachi was a
ultimate
good one.
excuse maker,
Unfortunately,
signing out.
the Ancient Fairy
Doom.
Dragon just
Thank you guys for
kept getting
watching.
tribute to the
Absolute
Doomed.
blasting on Duel Night as
So,
always.
what are you
Of
going to
course I
do?
won this one. I'm gonna win the next
Got
one
shut
too.
down
Thank you
constantly
guys
every
for
time he
watching.
got
See
it
you
out. It was a good
next
strategy,
time.
just didn't work out.
All right, guys.
There
it's
you
sad
are,
to
buddy.
Say, but I'll be at the Ultimate Losers match.
Yeah, what are
here
you
on
gonna do?
Patreon. The Ultimate Losers match.
And
is
Triff
really
earned his
intense.
win fair and
So
square,
just check
going
it
with
out.
Ritual best deck.
All right, guys, so that's pretty much it
And
for
yeah, I
this
pretty much
episode. Thank you
summed
guys
up
so
my
much
thoughts.
for
Everyone did a
watching.
good job.
Thank you
Their
so much
strategies
for
made
supporting the
sense.
show.
There wasn't
Guys,
some
be sure
random
to leave
drama
your
in there.
today
I mean, I
in the
guess
links
the
down below.
Paladin
And
one was
TS
kind of
from
weird,
.com.
but
It's the sleeves that we
sometimes
use
it's nice
throughout
to see
the
a weird
entire
deck every
Duel
once in a
series.
while. I
It's the
mock
best
the
sleeves
Ojamas, but I
that
can't
this
say
league's
it's
ever
not
seen.
creative, that's
Everyone
for
is trying to
sure.
take the sleeve industry by
Sadly,
storm.
Majestics
So
got
guys,
shut out of
make
their
sure
own
you stay
tournament
today
thing.
in the link
It's weird
down
it's called
below.
Sun and Moon Dragons versus Majestics.
All right, guys,
Sun and
I'll see you
Moon
guys in
Dragons and
episode
Majestics do not
39
face
of
each
Duel
other.
Night. All right, guys.
And they won't even in the
Peace.
losers bracket, so it's just weird. Oh well. Still a good episode. Glad you checked it out. Thanks to everyone who was involved in the creation, and I will see all of you next time. Later.